Hello, my beautiful friends. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody had an amazing week. I am so sorry I did not post a video on Monday. Well, technically I did. I posted a short form content, but I didn't have one of my longer videos, and it's only because I was so busy over the weekend. I just didn't have time to sit down in front of my camera and film like a longer video. And besides, I've been really wanting to put this video out. I have just seen some things on social media that just really kind of, I don't know, sat with me wrong. So the title might sound a little or look a little jarring or shocking, but I promise you it's not what it seems. So if that seems like something you're going to enjoy listening to me rant, please stick around because we're about to get into all that right now. Well, it's actually probably better that I did not film a makeup tutorial because, of course, my eye is watering. Those of you that have been here for a while know that that happens quite often. So, yeah, I thought I would do like a different surrounding, a different atmosphere. I'm sitting up in my little sitting room or living room. So, yeah, I have a lot of nice natural lighting and just something different because, yeah, like I mentioned, today is just going to be basically me ranting and just talking about things that have just not sat well with me, with social media. It's just become very interesting, put it that way. And I honestly don't know where to even start with this video, but I do want to start with the California wildfires. Those of you that are there, like I said, or have family or anything, my heart just goes out for you. It is so devastating. Each day, it just seems like it's getting bigger, it's spreading. They don't know how to put it out. They don't have really the means to put it out. And yeah, it is just absolutely shocking. And again, that's when social media really comes into play because like I mentioned in the past, I really don't watch the news. I stopped watching the news because it was very depressing to me. It was always just something negative. So I stopped watching the news. Well, the news has basically come onto social media, but it's a bad thing and a good thing. The good thing about it is we are seeing things in real time. We're able to discuss it with each other. I think that's very helpful, therapeutic, but again, it could be negative as well, because we're seeing so much happening at real time. And like I said, the news is just very, it's not as detailed as what I don't think as what I'm seeing on social media. So, but yeah, all of you that are involved, have family, it's just very devastating to say the least. And I also want to put out there, because I also have seen this on social media, North Carolina, I mean, they've kind of been forgotten about. So I do not want them to be forgotten about. I saw a video the other day that just brought me to tears because it is so cold. Think about it. They're up in the mountains. There's tons of snow, and they really have not been helped at all. And it's been months later, and they're living in campers. There were some buildings built, or like little, I don't know what you would call them, basically little shacks by the Amish that help them out. But there's no heat in a lot of them. They can't get propane. I mean, it is still very devastating there. So, that kind of irks me, about the news, is that we don't see that. And again, had it not been for social media, I wouldn't have known it was still that bad. I think we all assume that things get fixed and they're okay. Well, they're not okay. It's still really bad. So please keep them in your prayers, California. And yeah, it's just very devastating. So, I mean, that's where, again, I'm just going to get into my rant, you guys. If you've been here for a while, this is not going to be shocking. And honestly, I don't do a script when, oh boy, this is getting bad. I don't do a script when I do my videos. So I'm just talking like I would talk to my friends. Things are just going to be coming at the top of my head. So I might start on one subject and kind of scoot to the other. So, and what I meant by the title, it's not in the physical sense that we are getting ugly. Social media is making us ugly. That is not what I meant by any means. You guys know how much I think beautiful all of you are. I truly, truly do. It's just that it's making our Well, I'm speaking for myself and a few others I've talked to. It's making people's hearts darker. Our souls are just being, I don't know, it's not darkened, I guess. It's just making them not so loving. And it just breaks my heart. And it's just so much going on. Again, I don't even know where to begin. Well, I can't even just, like I said, the wildfires, California, you know you wouldn't believe the comments that are made. It's like, just where has compassion gone? It is just insane. I mean, the majority is people helping each other, prayers and all that, but you go down and it's just, unbelievable what people will say, on the internet to strangers. And they call it gaslighting, which I truly believe. It's like these trolls. I don't even know if they're real people, but they're trolls, bots, whatever they're calling them. But they just, I cannot believe that they find it that okay to say some of the stuff that they do. So that's where that ugliness comes in. And I try so hard not to read the comments, but it's just, it's so tempting because you want to go out. Like sometimes they'll have a video up and you're not really comprehending the full video. So I go to the comments, thinking someone might explain it a little bit more. So I tend to go there, and that's when things just take a turn and I start feeling ugly. I start feeling mad at the person writing the negativity. Social media has really changed. And a funny thing is, a while back when I worked at another dental office, a gal that I worked with, this is like before TikTok, and honestly, probably Instagram was there. I just wasn't even on social media. I mean, I was on social media. I was on Facebook. I think that's the only app that I was on. I'm talking over probably like 15 years ago. And she said something that really stuck with me. I just remembered it through all these years. And what she called it was the devil's playground. And it's so true. It just really hit home to me because at the time it wasn't even as bad as it is now, because you do have all the other platforms. But it's so true because, like I said, I can find some great information on social media. I find a lot of it so funny, but there is some evil behind the scenes and in the comments, if you ask me, and even some of the content that goes out. But the reason why I, wanted to do this video is because I had seen some things over the holidays or after the holidays actually, that just really did not sit well with me. And I'm not going to put up the videos because I have seen a couple other influencers talk about this, and I'm not going to put up the videos because they're young girls that I had seen this video, and yeah, I don't want to expose them. I don't want to bring hate towards them or anything. Excuse me, I had a cough there. Yeah, I don't want to bring hate to their channel. It's not actually a channel because it's over on Schmick. And what it was is they were, I think it was titled My 30,000 Luxury Christmas. And basically, they had received all of these expensive purses and jewelry and clothing, and $30,000. I mean, that is just insane anyways. And it's like, what are the parents? So I don't blame the kids because, again, these are teenagers. The parents are doing this. And so all of these younger girls are watching these influencers, and they don't have a small following. I'm talking they have over a million followers. So they are very influential to these kids, and they're seeing this. And what blows my mind is that I'm surprised that they, I don't know, find it, as them bragging that they have all this. And then I start thinking even about the girls making the content. It's like, why would you do that? What are you trying to achieve by, exposing all of your luxury items? Are you trying to make the girls watching you feel bad about themselves? It just really confusing to me. Well, it all comes down that, obviously people that know their brands, their luxury purses, they know what they look like. They turned out to be fake. They weren't even real products. So again, what was the message trying, to go out to the girls? And I don't know if the girls knew that they weren't real because they're Christmas gifts from their parents. And it's like, again, it falls back to the parents. Why would a parent do that to their kid and have them go on? They know that they're on social media. Yes, I know that I was going to say maybe they don't, but no, because the mom has been in some of the videos too. So she knows that her girls are on social media. She's putting it out there, letting these girls go on social media with these fake products. And I'm talking like the Birkin bags, and I think that's what they're called. I'm not a real luxury bag person. I would have never known the difference. Louis Vuitton, all this. Why would you do that knowing that there's a possibility that somebody's going to go, that's not real, and expose these poor girls and have them embarrassed beyond belief? Well, and the thing was, again, let's go back to the video. I wish I might play it and just, I don't know, blur out their faces, but yeah, going back to the video, they're unwrapping these luxury items and they're just throwing them to the side like they were just nothing. And it's like, it just, I don't know, it just blew my mind. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Because again, what are these girls going to do, when they get older, and the possibility that they can't get these items, that they think that they are getting, a Birkin bag or even a Louis Vuitton or something. And what are they going to do if they can't get those items? How far will they go to be able to get those items? And the girls watching them, they're obviously thinking that those were real, and what are they going to do to try to achieve that status? And it's just very poisoning, it's just very, and again, it's just very ugly and poisoning to younger girls watching these videos. And honestly, anybody watching them, I was watching it going, what is going on here? Who gets these kind of gifts? $30,000? And they weren't the only ones. There was a lot of people doing that. And I don't know. I guess that's the bad thing about social media, even with influencers. It's like, what are you trying to achieve by throwing all of these items out for everybody to see? It's one thing to go, oh my gosh, look at what my husband bought me, or my kids, or, I can't believe it. I'm so fortunate. No, there's none of that. It's like, oh, look what I got today. And throw it off to the side like it was, nothing. And it's just very bizarre. And the other bizarre thing is that these influencers, they have such a huge following. And it's like, I think that's why they're doing it, because obviously it makes people watch them. People are intrigued, so they get this big following. Well, they are putting themselves on such a pedestal that is so hard to keep going. You really have to put some pressure on yourself, if you ask me. But that always blew my mind, that those type of videos get millions of views. And a lot of people don't realize too, because you go to the comments and there was a lot of, not so nice comments, but people don't realize even those not so nice comments are giving them, views. So it's going to be pushed out more. So they obviously know what they're doing, maybe. I mean, yeah, those kind of videos get the views, and it's just very frustrating, because here there's so many influencers, creators trying to be completely honest with their reviews, with their lifestyle. We're not trying to make ourselves to be something we're not. Well, we're not getting the views, so it's like, what do people really want? Do they really want to see these luxury fake? A lot of these are fake. I have seen videos where they are on vacations, but with this new AI technology, that's another thing, a whole other subject that I think is absolute garbage. AI comes into It's beneficial for like gaming, stuff like that, but not, oh gosh, I'm so afraid that gaming and stuff like that, but not for social media, not for like a beauty influencer to be acting like she's on the beaches of Hawaii. It's like, and it's so hard to tell. I mean, they have cats singing where I'm like, is the cat really doing that? I mean, that's how real. And it's just, again, that's a devil's playground, a category, because it is just so deceiving, if you ask me, and there's not a fine line. It's like, okay, you can put it in a gaming, but you can't put it in here, so it's almost like it shouldn't be allowed, a period. And if someone is using AI, it should be disclosed. Hey, I'm using AI just for fun, blah, blah, blah. Then, yeah, it's fine. But you should be told that it is a AI video and you're not on the beaches of Hawaii. So, that is very frustrating. And again, it goes back to that is what's getting the views. These people are getting the following, the lies, with influencers and creators. It just blows my mind that they will blatantly come out and lie. You know that they're lying, especially, us, influencers and makeup lovers. We will try the product that they're just raving over and just making it 10 times more than what it is. And I don't care what skin type you have, it's not going to do, or, lashes or whatever, it's not going to do what, we're seeing and, or what they're saying. And again, it just blows my mind that these people and they can just come out and say these things and again get all the followers, all the likes. It's like everything is forgotten and forgiven. And me as I don't know, I guess I have a conscience. I could never do that. I could never do that and feel okay about myself. Have I probably over exaggerated, something I'm testing out, because at that moment it just looks so amazing. And then the next day I go to use it and I'm like, oh, it's not that great. What was I thinking? And again, I've mentioned it in the past few videos. I am definitely going to try to be better about that. If I'm trying a product and, next day, week, down the road, it doesn't turn out to be what I expected, I'm going to let you guys know, because again, I've said it many times, those first impressions aren't always the best. It's just very frustrating as, even if I wasn't a creator, but more so being a creator and just seeing all of the, I don't know, I'm more aware now that I am an influencer or creator, of what is happening. I can see things that I probably wouldn't have seen before, but you guys are so, you guys are very different than what I was prior to me doing this. You guys are very aware and very knowledgeable. So I'm sure you guys are catching it all as well. So that is just kind of, what I wanted to come on here and just explain is my frustration. And are you guys as frustrated as I am? If you are, let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear it. Maybe it's just me, maybe, I don't know, I'm just over analyzing things, but I am very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive person. So like I said, the comment section, I'm going to try to avoid TikTok or Schmick Schmack or whatever we want to call it. I think that's going to be going away on the 19th. They're saying it's going to be shut down. And, that is so devastating to a lot of people over there. And not so much the ones that have millions of followers. It's really not going to affect them because they have so many sponsors and things on the side that honestly it's not even going to affect them probably a bit. But the ones that are making a living, some of them have quit their jobs and because they're doing the content, because I honestly have never been paid a penny from TikTok. Never, not even a penny. I think I've made a few dollars here and there on the what is it? The I don't know, their shop. I'll buy something and do a video, because it's pretty I like the product or I didn't like the product. And I'll make, a few dollars here and there, but it's nothing to retire on or even quit my job over. But anyway, my point being, yeah, those people rely on TikTok and they're all just devastated. And a lot of them truly, truly love being there. I have kind of backed away from TikTok a while ago. Again, because that's where I seen most of the ugliness. And I think it's because we're doing this, we're going so fast. I really can't, it's hard to weed out what you do want to see and don't want to see. You can always say that you don't want to see it, but you'll see another video very similar. So I think that's why it's so hard over there. Here I choose what I want to see basically. I'll watch a video if I want to watch it. And if I don't want to watch it, I don't watch it. TikTok, you can do the same thing. You can scroll, but for some reason you tend not to. You tend to watch. And there you go. You tend to watch a lot of the stuff that you necessarily probably really have no business watching, but it's just very easy to do it because you're scrolling so fast. So yeah, that I think it is going to go away and it is pretty devastating for people. Again, I take so many breaks from TikTok because, yeah, again, like I said, I'm just very sensitive and I get too involved. I get too emotionally involved over there. So for me, am I going to miss it? I don't know. I guess when it goes away, I'll find out if I'm going to miss it as much as, a lot of people are. But for me, financially, it just did nothing. Emotionally, it just was really hard on me sometimes. So the news part I am going to miss. Again, there is so many things that happen in this world I would have zero clue on because the news really does not do what they used to do, if you ask me. Years ago when we were kids, the news would come on at 10, 11 o'clock, and you would find out, everything. Well, we thought everything, who knows how long this has been going on. But TikTok, for that reason, is really, I think, very beneficial. Again, it's real time. People are outside. Let's say I seen something outside that was just, life changing. I could go out, literally film, be live, or film something and post it on Schmidt and the world would know. Well, the world would not know if, the news would not be coming over here and talking about whatever just happened in my backyard. So you know where I'm going with that information. But that's what I just wanted to talk about today, and just to see if you guys are on the same page. I just find social media being, again, like my girlfriend said, a devil's playground. It could be so positive for so many people and it can be very negative. There's another thing now that I'm remembering, one last thing I do want to talk about. Just recently I got, and it was so funny because this video has been in the back of my head since Christmas. And this gal in one of my videos, she wrote something and it just really broke my heart. It truly did. She said, she was 10 years younger than me, and she goes, I'm just not feeling beautiful anymore. And it just literally, I swear, I could have just bawled my eyes out because I'm like, how sad is that? But again, so many of us watch influencers and you gotta realize, or just seeing every a person outside, we can't compare. It's so hard. Trust me, I do it. I am not perfect when it comes to that by any means because I do the same thing. It's hard not to. But you have to understand, if you are basing it on influencers, creators, I got a big light in front of me. I mean, it's going to smooth out a lot of it. I mean, you're going to see a lot more wrinkles than you normally do, again, because in my basement, I have tons of lighting going around. It just really hides or masks the wrinkles. So keep that in mind. The makeup would probably look completely different in real life, but I know what you're saying because I'll be watching an influencer very similar or close to my age, and I'm like, my God, how does she look so fabulous, But then I have to think in the back of my head, okay, there's a possibility she could be using filters. There's a possibility, and I'm because a lot of influencers do use a filter. It could be she has fabulous lighting and it just really drowns out any wrinkle imperfections. So you really have to keep that in mind, and that's the other ugliness with social media is we don't know what's real, what's filtered, what's not filtered. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say I never used a filter in my life, because I have, especially over on Instagram. I might, brush a little things away like for a post. And I think I'm going to try to be more conscious of that and place that in the description. I very rarely do it, but once in a great while I will do it, especially on my eyeshadow, because I'm trying to, show an eyeshadow, and I will just kind of blur it just slightly just so you can see the eyeshadow better. But other than that, I'm not sitting there blurring out my whole face or anything like that. Yeah, it's just so that is, you have to keep that in mind. It's hard for me too, when I see influencers myself, and they're leading this beautiful, luxurious life. They're going on trips. They have fabulous clothes and stuff like that, and I'm sitting here in my little ranch house, buying shirts from what is it, Sheen, and yeah, but it is what it is. And I'm very fortunate and lucky, and I do appreciate each day that I have on this earth, and I do appreciate everything that I have, because I guarantee there are many that wish they had what I have, and you have to keep that in mind as well. But never ever feel like you're not beautiful enough, because you truly are. The advice that I gave her, and I'm going to give it to you, if you're just not feeling good about yourself, honestly, this has helped me so many times. Get off social media for a while, just to even take 3 days off, a week off. Just get off it. Um, Pamper yourself, give yourself a facial, go out and get a facial if you can afford it. But if not, give yourself a facial. Really just take the time to do some skincare, apply a little bit more makeup, for that day. Just make it a little bit more glam, just to feel, I don't know, a little bit more confidence when you walk out that door. Just do something for you that is going to make yourself feel pretty about yourself, and you can just do little things, honest. You can just take time for yourself and know that you are gorgeous, and try not to compare. I know it's hard, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't, but those are the things that I do when I start feeling kind of bad about myself and not recognizing the reflection in the mirror. So, all right, you guys, I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Let me know if you guys have been feeling the same way lately about social media. And please don't go away, because I'm still going to be here. But it's just nice to sometimes be able to get these things off our chest, be able to vent, be able to talk to each other in the comments, and sometimes it's very therapeutic. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, if you please do me a huge favor, hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. It really does help my channel out. And yeah, I cannot thank you guys enough when you do leave comments and like the video. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you will be notified every time I do post a video. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. I can't wait to see you again. I love you so much, and until next time.